processed cheese food in my bag now.
And that's the show. Thank you very much. Welcome to Funny Functions with Scott McNiel. They've given me a microphone, the fools.
Oh my God. You're so pretty.
All right, put down the bar gates and pump in the gas. Things are about to get crazy. You all signed the waiver on the way in, right? It's important that you did. I'm just saying, we need next of kin, we need all that stuff. Hi, everyone! Hi! We're going to start with introductions. Hi, I'm Scott. What's your name? What's your name? Tara. It's awesome meeting you. I'm Scott. Hi. What's your name? Have you met Tara? Everybody look to the person to your left. Introduce yourselves. Hi. The person to your right. Whoa! These people are kissing. Whoa! I'm not making this stuff up. I'm good at this. Boom! Now they got a baby. Things happen fast in Texas. You gotta move fast before you melt. Hi, everyone. Okay, I want to try something. This is a weird little sociological exercise. We're going to do the world's tiniest wave. It's going to be a finger wave. I'm just going to start right here. Just finger. All the way to the end. Next row. Here it comes, here it comes. Don't miss it. Who's that third row? Just get faster. You're not out of this. It ends with you. Ladies and gentlemen, the end of the wave. Look who comes waltzing in here all late and stuff, you know, right? You don't call, you could have been bleeding in a kitchen. We worried. Your mother worried. I worried. How is everybody? I just made you a collective entity. You are the everybody. I can't believe I'm back in Texas. And I'm so happy I am. I want to live. I want to build a raft and just live on the river. Because it's like Disneyland, except there's bars every 20 feet. I'm just going to like Huck Finn my way around for the rest of my life. Who's that crazy man at the bar? Hey, Doug, hey, he's Canadian. If you buy him a drink, he'll do a voice for you. He's whimsically eccentric. It's just safe. I hate sitting behind those things. It's like, hello, good morning, and welcome. How are you all? Good. I'm glad we had this chat. So, as usual, I never know what the heck I'm doing up here. I'm just waiting for the sugar to kick in. You guys are all so shiny. It's true. I mean, my little, ADOS world of attention deficit, ooh, shiny. It's like you guys are all just the human equivalents of shinies. Which just makes you so awesome. Ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny. Hi. Deep in the center. What are you doing back there? Wide angle. You want to get the entire experience? We're going to CGI the rest of the crowd and it's going to be epic. But you guys are the foreground performers. You are the few, the proud, the brave. Get a fortnight. I did that thing yesterday. I already did How Are You, right?
Yeah.
Have I done Who Am I?
Yeah.
You know who I am?
Yes.
Good, and I don't have to say it. I've got a lot of Ted Nugent this weekend. Oh my God, you're Ted Nugent. My daddy loves Ted Nugent. Can I take a picture of you? I'm not Ted Nugent. Brett Michaels. I tell you what, man, I hung out with Brett Michaels 25 years ago when he had short hair and didn't wear a cowboy hat. Who looks like who? I'm I'm just saying is all. That's my favorite Texas phrase because it covers everything. I'm just saying is all. I'm saying you would. Famous last words. Here, hold my beer. I want to show you something. That's what it's come to. We did stand up. Does he do stand up? No. Why? Because he's not very funny. So if y'all look at that. I've been down here how long? That was an involuntary y'all. I'm trying to import that back to Canada because we don't have it. And it's a great phrase. It's a collective pronoun that we don't use. We're like, oh, you guys want to go get some? It's like, no, that's cumbersome. Unwieldy. Y'all. Why not? Y'all. First time I heard all y'all, I like that one. All y'alls. Use is, yeah, but you know, and then it's use. And then you're like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, use guys. Yeah, you know, you still got to say guys. Y'all is better. It's the most efficient use of the English language I have ever heard. Y'all. I like it. Did I do the part where I said, okay, anyway. I'm Scott McNiel, I'm the voice actor. Thank you. That's when I refer to as the Rocky and Bullwinkle, yay. Yay. I've been doing this 25 years before the microphone now, man and boy. Back when we didn't have no fancy microphones, you held up the tape and you yelled at it. That's right, tape. So I've done a few shows over the years. I figure now, probably well over 12,000 episodes of various things. Some of which you know probably a lot. It's a long and strange trip it's been. Now world's like, I get to take the voices from the inside, put them on the outside. If I didn't spend so much time in a small padded room screaming. But I get paid for it. I have the greatest job in the world. You guys, I'm assuming, probably know most of the stuff I've done, so I won't go through the list because I never remember until I'm on the plane on the way home. But I've done some weird stuff that I like. Anyway, so if you all have questions, if you guys have questions, if yous have questions, I will answer them to the best of my ability. And if not, well, it's been really fun and it's time to go. Yes?
So, what was your first gig like, and how did you go about getting it?
My very first gig, I had no idea that you could be a voice actor in Canada. I really didn't. It was a dream. It was like, you know, it's an oft-told on the internet story about how I wanted to be. And I'm doing for a living what I used to get kicked out of school for, you know. So I had gone to theater school. I had studied my Shakespeare, my Ibsen, my Molière. I was going to check the balls, bring culture to the masses. So I was an unemployed actor. And I actually got kicked out of theater school for always doing voices. Nobody's ever going to want to do those little voices here, that's true. Bring my ass. So I had done a radio play that a friend of mine wrote, and I played like 8 characters on it. I'm like, this is dumb. I'm good at this. Like, I like this. This is fun. I do accent. So I phoned up my agent and said, see, you know, maybe radio commercials, something. So I got an audition for Levi's. And they wanted a Jim Burns type voice. And I don't know if you know Jim, you should if you don't. But he's got a very distinctive voice and he works out of Vancouver. So he's got this, you know, like, so I'm sitting there the night before, like, drinking gasoline and eating charcoal. Oh my God. So they go, yeah, Scott, you're next. So the door opens up and Jim Burns walks out.
Wow.
Neither of us got the gig. But I met a guy in there named Doug Parker who was casting that, and I was just being me, and like voices were coming out of my elbows and stuff. And he's like, dude, I wish I'd met you like a week ago. And I'm like, oh wow, thanks, why? So he goes, oh, I just finished doing some casting on G.I. Joe. And I'm like, yeah, right, like what, the cartoon? Yeah. Ooh. And there was no industry in Vancouver at the time, so they were just starting that up. And I got an audition for the next thing that came in that was directed by a certified sociopath from Los Angeles, whose name I will not mention. And I went, well, I'm never going to do that again. And then they called me for the next thing, which was The New Adventures of He-Man. So one of my first auditions, I actually had to go in and go, really? This is the line? Yes, God, that's the line. I know. and the power of Grayskull. I have the power! This is fun. So I booked that, which was 65 episodes of Relay, and suddenly I went from being an unemployed schmo to a very employed schmo, and that was that. Now 12,000 episodes later, now everybody wants to do it, because they go, how come he's got a nice car, but he looks like a homeless man? Maybe this cartoon thing. But, what was I going to look at? My very first day in the job, ever, true story. We were recording a place called Little Mountain Sound in Vancouver that happened to be where we were recording a lot of the top sort of hard rock pop kind of stuff at the time. My very first day, I got the address, I'm like, oh my God, breathe, okay, oh, this is going to be so much fun. Oh, this is so cool. There's the door, there's the door, I'm opening the door, right into Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. And he's tiny. I almost flattened him. So that's how I got started. In a nutshell. He's going, I know that line. Joe Maxwell, that's me in a nutshell. Yeah! And never in a line. Never, unless there's something in it for me to tell a lie. Yes, Johannes.
Oh, what's the weirdest thing you've ever had to autograph?
Oh, they were magnificent. And she's here, thank you. I've autographed a lot of weird stuff. There's a Twinkie in Dallas that I've signed every year for 5 years running. That's a true story, same Twinkie. In the dystopian post-apocalyptic future, there will be nothing but Twinkies and cockroaches, and they will eventually interbreed, and you will have sentient Twinkies running the world, and nobody will be able to eat them because they're Twinkies. I've signed a lot of weird stuff, and a lot of weird people, and one time somebody went straight from there to the tattoo parlor, and you know who you are if you're watching on YouTube. I told you not to. What I want to do one day is sign a Sharpie. But I want to sign the Sharpie with the Sharpie that I'm signing. Then I will be a true Zen master. Pretty much, if you can imagine it, I'd probably sign it. Which is why my signatures are worth nothing. Like one of those store coupons that value 1/100th of a penny. Oh, they were magnificent. Sorry, I was lost in my reverie. Yes?
I believe you had a bit part of the CW show Supernatural. Was like dying within the first 5 minutes.
You know how many times I've died on camera? My biography will be, I have died a million deaths. That's how I choose roles now for on camera. In that same season, I did the Supernatural, which actually was a much longer scene with dialogue, but they ended up cutting it. Teaser trailer was kind of cool though, because it means you're like in and out one day. It's like I'm dead before the opening credits. My work is done. I don't know if you noticed, but as the camera was panning along under my redneck legs here, I had a big asshole in my pants. That's how Sharon Stone got started. But that year, I was torn apart by a zombie. I was eaten from the inside out by ravening insects, which I had an awesome picture of. I was torn apart by giant, oversized mutant Tasmanian devils in a movie called Tasmanian Devils. Worldly enough, for the first time in my career, I played an Australian, which was kind of fun, seeing as I am. Oh God, how else did I? I mean, I've been shot to death twice on Highlander, been cut in half by a sword on Highlander, I've been vaporized by aliens. I basically choose them that way. So I shot, done that. How are you going to kill me this time? At least wound me. What does that say about me? I don't know. Yes. And I will get to everybody, I promise. You know what I was about to do? I was about to do this. Canadians are smart. ASMRT, smart. Least favorite and most, you know what? I love this sounds so dumb, but, you know, I have the greatest job in the world. If I ever start going, yeah, I gotta go sleep away in front of a hot microphone. Carry all that damn money home. I've done some stuff that's been a little different. I did, y'all know the Christmas special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? Mm-hmm. There was a sequel called Rudolph and the Island of Misfit Toys.
Not if you don't mind my being a dentist. I'm independent.
Did I tell you about Bumbles? Bumbles Browns! So I got, that was cool for me because I grew up on Rudolph. So that was one of my own cultural heroes. And I've seen side to side, and I have to say, I nailed Henry. I got to play Foghorn Leghorn in Baby Looney Tunes. Now, if you know anything about me in voice acting, the greatest of us all who has ever been was Mel Blanc.
Right.
Were it not for Mel, I would not be doing what I'm doing. So that was cool. That was nerve-wracking. I play a lot of characters that don't talk. I sort of get into the Frank Welker category, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
But like I did a show called Sushi Pack, and I played a small blob of crime fighting wasabi named Wasabi. Just lots of... For that, I studied my Shakespeare. It's a fighting at the end. So, there's lots of stuff where if you're doing, you see, and there's like a dog or like a chittering monkey or something, that's usually me. And then sure you go, this baby. I am, as my ex-girlfriend once defined me, a polyphonic prostitute. I will make sounds for money. Sometimes I get more than $3.99 a minute. Can you do it like Grumpy Bear? That's wrong! Being a Care Bear was fun. It was, because dude, I'm a Care Bear. I'm a pony now. Traveling sales ponies non-power! That's just the shit. I go, okay, I'm Wolverine, and I'm like, oh yeah. Wolverine was a cool gig just because it's Wolverine. I mean, when I got that phone call, I was like, dude. Wolverine. Ooh, I felt like an idiot before, because the first day in the studio, Stan Lee's going, you need to lose that old twang you got. I'm like, dude, I spent 25 years learning how to not go, check that out. And he's like, Wolverine's Canadian. But he's never been played right. I've done them, Steve Bloom's done them, there's a lot of people stepped into those clawed shoes, and it's always like, hey, Bob, don't make me get all Canadian out here behind shit. I've been to Northern Alberta, goddammit, I am Canadian. You want to see what real Wolverine is? Frickin' Ryan Coke, man, you want to frickin' go, I'll pound you right now. I'll be doing it now, fucking shirt off, just frickin' go, schnick. You give a Canadian rye whiskey, boom! I'm not exaggerating. That's how we talk up there. So someday, if somebody went, dude, you do that and I will animate it. I'm like, yes! You want to go, man? I'll frickin' pound you right now, man. Look at me, man. I'll frickin' do you right here. I give her. Fucking give her. So that was my true Canadian moment. Yes, Philip.
What was it like working on Mucha Lucha?
Mucha Lucha was fun. Because I played like 9 characters and I get kidding about a character. And who doesn't like being a luchador? Who's that? Senor Has-Bino. That is so ungroovy. What? It's like, well, it's kind of Bootsy Collins with some... It was a fun show because they let us kind of go nuts and be crazy. And thank you for being the only person that remembers that show. I've done a lot of weird stuff, man. I remember there was a TV series called The Wacky World of Tex Avery. You did not. Did you really? Remember Freddy the Fly? Freddy the Fly? Pretty freaking awesome. That was Billy West. Amanda Banshee, the 70-year-old spinster woman that he was always fighting with, that was me. People go, I know your voice and everything. No, you don't. Not if I've done my job right. The greatest compliment I ever got in my life was from an engineer in a studio that I worked at for years. And he went, Scott, you know, you're the only one that sometimes I have to look up to see who it is.